Welcome back, guys, to another full trade recap. Today I caught another winning trade, but it was a very difficult day. So let's break down today's price action, how you could have caught this win, and how you could have also avoided a particularly okay loss. But it was easily avoidable just simply due to drawn liquidity. So let's jump into today's session. So coming into the higher time frame, as you can see right here, now this is super important because this higher time frame is what swayed me so bullish to the point where I avoided short setups that lost, and I managed to take this winning trade with conviction. So, as you can see here, we are delivering from this 4-hour fair value gap. We also have an SMT with ES. ES has tapped into this new week opening gap. NQ has not. So ES has actually delivered from this new week opening gap and started to distribute higher again. As you can see, NQ has also delivered from this 4-hour fair value gap, meaning that both assets have a reason to distribute back up to all-time highs. Now, on the hourly time frame, as well, super bullish going into market open. We inversed these gaps to the left. On top of that, we delivered from this hourly fair value gap to the low, this bullish fair value gap, sorry. And we are pushing back up to the upside. So everything here is, we are respecting bullish PD arrays, we are disrespecting bearish PD arrays. Now, this is a little bit more advanced. I don't really use this in my teachings, but as you can see here, we've swept this intermediate term low, meaning that this here is a rejection wick, a rejection block, and we are delivering from this absolutely perfectly. On top of this, we have these stacked all up in this leg, as you can see here as well. This 4-hour fair value gap, what do we have here? An intermediate term low. What have we created? A huge rejection block, meaning this low is heavily protected. What has price done? Tapped into this and delivered bullishly from it. So all of these things here, the bullish SMT, the rejection wick down here, the respecting of the wick, respecting this wick, all of this combined makes me super bearish, on top of the simple fact that we are respecting bullish fair value gaps and we are disrespecting bearish gaps. Now make sure to keep this in mind because this is super important. Now remember this low as well. If this low has came down and delivered us from this protected low or this rejection block, why would price need to come back down here if we are bullish? It wouldn't. So this is why this low right here is high resistant. So this is why I was not really interested in shorts, because that low right here is also this low on the hourly time frame. We don't need to come back to this. This is the low that's delivered us out of this hourly fair value gap to then inverse this 4-hour fair value gap, inverse this hourly fair value gap, sorry. And now all you have to do here is simply imagine you are taking this inverse on the lower time frame. Where would your break even or first hit profit point be? Would it be this high? Absolutely not. Would it be this high? Yes. This is an obvious high inside of a fair value up to the left. So this is your drawn liquidity. If we sweep this high, it's most likely just going to be a retrace to then push prices back higher to the general drawn liquidity. So you have to think when we're sweeping internal liquidity like this and getting a reaction, which we did in a second, and I will show that. This is just a retrace to likely take us a little bit lower to then redeliver up to the more obvious drawn liquidity, which obviously if you were taking a long position here, that would be your first target. So if you actually have a look here, we created this lower 30-minute gap down here and also this 30-minute gap. Bear in mind, we also inversed hourly to the upside. Now, one thing I want to address straight away is that if you actually watch price action here, we V-shape and we get this 15-minute inverse to the downside after sweeping this high with a manipulation leg. Yes, this pattern is very bearish, but you've actually got to zoom out here. Look at the 30-minute time frame. How does this 30-minute candle close? It not only taps into this lower gap and respects it, it also respects this gap. So this is against the higher time frame. Not all time frames have inversed to the downside. We're respecting the 30-minute, but we have inversed the 15-minute. But obviously, taking into account everything else on the higher time frame, I'm going to take the fact that we are bearish here, or that we are bullish here, over being bearish. Sorry about that. So this 15-minute inverse is simply not important to me. And if you look here, this is where I say there's potential for continuation shorts here. I am bullish. We're still respecting this 30-minute gap. I'm not interested in continuation shorts. I expected price to manipulate straight up into this 15-minute gap, but I did not expect these shorts to play out. If you look here, this right here is where we got the 30-second. I've had a lot of messages about this 30-second short in this gap here. Yes, it was an okay short if you were bearish. I cannot see a reason to be bearish besides the 15-minute inverse. So if you actually look here, there's a little bit of trendline liquidity here, but when you actually zoom out here and go into the higher time frame, everything's still bullish. We've still got all these high resistant lows as your target. Doesn't make sense to go back here. We've just had a huge wick out of this 30-minute gap down here as well, so it doesn't make any sense to come back to this low. And yeah, I called out on stream, this is not a great trade. It's against the draw on liquidity, easily avoidable loss. So a lot of people, well, nobody in my stream took that, I don't think, and if they did, they went break even very quickly because I said this is a very, very risky short. So I said here on stream, I said I rarely trade the 15-minute time frame, but I said just due to the stop loss size here, if you had a stop loss at this body, full TP at this hourly intermediate term high, which is a very nice draw on liquidity to the left. Yes, we've reacted off this high. You could argue is protected, but we still have that low resistance liquidity resting above. So if we actually play this out, you can see that this 15-minute candle shoots up. So this shot straight up. So obviously the 15-minute didn't close, but this is exactly what I said in live time here. We got a really, really nice inverse of these combined 5-minute gaps. Really nice inverse of these 5-minute gaps. And I said on stream, you do not need to wait for the 15-minute time frame to close here. If you want to, you can front run this trade, and this is exactly what I did. I had a hard stop at the body of this candle here, and I just targeted a 1-to-1 at all time at the hourly intermediate term high. And I played this out. Obviously, we just pumped straight. We chopped for like the first 3 minutes. Got a little bit fortunate with Trump news, which directed price in the way it should already go. But yeah, this was a great trade to take. One thing to definitely note is the fact that yes, this high is somewhat high resistance, but is this actually our target for this trade? No, it's not. We have that obvious hourly intermediate term high to the left, which is my drawn liquidity to the upside for this session. And I'm pretty sure I've answered all the questions there. I front ran this 5-minute inverse because of all the other confluences that I've spoke about during this video, the 4-hour delivery to the downside, the fact that we're respecting all the protected lows. We are delivering from this 30-minute fair value gap. We inversed the 15 minutes to downside, of course we did, but we're still respecting this 30-minute. And I can easily anticipate this 15-minute getting inverse back to the upside. And on top of that, the continuation shorts failed, where if we were truly bearish, these continuation shorts out of the 10 AM manipulation into this 15-minute fair value gap would have played out if we were truly going to continue bearish here. So that was an even bigger confluence, the fact that the short setup failed, and then we got the long setup trigger with a super strong momentum candle close. So this was an absolutely great setup to take. One thing I do want to say just before we end up the video is that this 1 minute, we did have like a continuation long here. I didn't really like this because basically when you get your drawn liquidity, so obviously you can see that we were delivering out of the 5-minute, we had a 1 minute continuation long here that you could have potentially took back to the highs. But when we've already swept buy side for the day, I tend to leave these alone. Like we've already swept out my target. You're not really targeting low resistance liquidity anymore. We literally just have this high that we just created that swept out another high. Of course, these will work when the bias is bullish and when we're close to all-time highs. But what you'd really want to see here is you'd want to see price come up higher, display strongly above this high, get a little pullback, so we're getting a delivery from a fair value gap above this high, outside of this range, and then take that continuation back up, maybe from a 15-minute fair value gap right here. So that's pretty much everything I have to say for this video. I think this was a really, really clean trading day, but it's pretty difficult if you didn't have a strong bullish bias. But when you really take into account how we are respecting all these high resistant lows and all the high resistance liquidity below, I think it was very simple to have a bullish bias. Therefore, taking this trade is completely valid. And yeah, obviously you have to consider higher time frame drawn liquidity. Like I said, again, I will say it again, this high here is not a great target, but that is not our target for the trade. Zoom out to the hourly time frame, for example. This high here is not significant. This high is not significant. This clearly looks, we've inversed the gaps to the left here on the hourly time frame. It clearly looks like price is going to continue bullish, retest the inversion and go up to our drawn liquidity, which imagine, like I said at the start of the video, imagine if this was like a 1 minute long. This would be super clean and it would make sense to come to this high, not just this high. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's been informative for you. If you want to join my Discord and ask me any questions whatsoever, this will be one of the top links in the description. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more free educational content. Like I say, any questions, drop me a message on Discord or just reply in the comments. So hopefully it's been informative and I'll see all of you guys in the next one.